Cat is once again a superstar. Karl Anthony Towns has been absolutely incredible this season for the Knicks. His performance has elevated the team and shown just how much of an impact a dominant big man can have in today's game. The numbers speak for themselves. Towns is averaging just under 25 points per game, putting him 11th in the league, which is no small feat given the competition. But that is only part of his story. His rebounding has been phenomenal, pulling down nearly 14 boards a game, which places him second overall. His ability to control the glass and keep possessions alive has been one of the biggest reasons the Knicks have been so competitive this season. His scoring efficiency is off the charts. Towns is shooting nearly 55% from the field, making him one of the most reliable scorers on the team. From beyond the arc, he has been nothing short of elite, hitting 44% of his three-point attempts. That kind of shooting from a big man is game-changing, stretching defenses to their limits and opening up opportunities for his teammates. At the free throw line, he has also been rock solid, converting at nearly 84%. These numbers are not just impressive, they are elite. Towns' ability to combine scoring, rebounding, and shooting efficiency puts him in rare company. He is one of only a handful of players this season to meet the coveted 50-40-80 shooting splits, joining names like Nikola Vucevic and AJ Mitchell. This level of efficiency is what separates good players from great ones, and Towns has firmly placed himself in the latter category. When it comes to rebounding, Towns has been a force of nature. Since Christmas, he and Josh Hart are the only players to grab over 60 rebounds, a testament to his consistency and effort on the boards. In games where he has recorded 20 or more rebounds, Towns ranks second in the league, only behind Sabonis. These performances are not just about padding stats. They are pivotal in securing wins. Towns is averaging 4 second chance points per game, which ranks third in the league. Those points often come at critical moments, giving the Knicks a much-needed boost. His recent stretch during the Knicks' winning streak has been nothing short of spectacular. Over that span, Towns has averaged 24.5 points, 13.5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. He is also shooting over 42% from three during this time. These numbers show a player who is not just maintaining a high level of play, but elevating it when his team needs him most. It is no surprise that he is being talked about as a lock for an all-star starter spot this year. Historically, Towns is placing himself among the greats. He is the first Knick since Patrick Ewing in the early 90s to record multiple games with at least 30 points and 20 rebounds in the same season. That is an incredible achievement, and one that highlights just how dominant he has been. To even be mentioned in the same breath as a Knicks legend like Ewing speaks volumes about the season Towns is having. Towns' impact goes far beyond his individual stats. When he shares the court with teammates like Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, and OG, the Knicks are one of the most dangerous teams in the league. This five-man lineup ranks second in offensive rating, fifth in defensive rating, and third in net rating. On top of that, they are third in true shooting percentage, showcasing just how efficient and balanced they are as a unit. Towns' ability to play within the system while also dominating individually is a big reason for this success. One of the areas where Towns truly shines is in transition. He leads the league in and one frequency during fast breaks, converting at an astonishing 7.5%. This ability to finish strong and draw fouls makes him a constant threat and keeps defenses on their heels. It is this kind of versatility that makes him so valuable to the Knicks. Another standout stat is Towns' performance on catch-and-shoot opportunities. He ranks second in the league in catch-and-shoot three-point percentage at nearly 48.5%. This is a remarkable feat for a player of his size and position. Defenses simply do not have an answer for a 7-footer who can shoot at that level. Whether he is spotting up or creating his own shot, Towns is a matchup nightmare for opposing teams. Towns' rebounding prowess and ability to dominate the paint are also unmatched. His 3 games this season with at least 20 rebounds are second only to Domantas Sabonis. This kind of consistency on the glass is invaluable, as it not only gives the Knicks extra possessions, but also helps them control the tempo of the game. By the way, if you guys enjoy these deep dives, I'll be posting every day during this season. I genuinely appreciate if you could subscribe. Thanks. Anyways, Cat. Towns has also been a key factor in the Knicks' offensive and defensive schemes. His ability to stretch the floor with his shooting creates spacing for players like Brunson and Bridges to operate. At the same time, his presence in the paint deters opponents from driving, adding another layer to the Knicks' defensive strategy. The balance he brings to both ends of the floor is something that cannot be overstated. His ability to adapt and thrive in a new system following his off-season trade speaks volumes about his basketball IQ and work ethic. Towns has not just fit in with the Knicks. He has elevated them to a level they have not seen in years. The chemistry he has developed with his teammates has been a joy to watch, and it is clear that his presence has brought a new energy to the team. Karl-Anthony Towns is having one of the best seasons of his career and is making a case as one of the most impactful players in the league this year. From his scoring and rebounding to his shooting efficiency and ability to play within the team system, Towns is doing it all. His performance is not just about numbers, it is about the difference he is making on the court every night. His journey this season has been nothing short of remarkable, and it is exciting to see what he will continue to achieve as the season progresses. But when you look at his advanced stats, it gets even more crazy. Karl-Anthony Towns has been an absolute monster this season when you dig into the advanced stats. Let us start with player efficiency rating, or PER. Towns ranks 5th in the entire league in PER, which is no small accomplishment. PER is one of the best ways to measure how effective a player is overall, combining everything from scoring and rebounding to defense and efficiency. Being in the top 5 shows just how much Towns contributes every single time he steps onto the court. Now let us talk about true shooting percentage. Towns is ranked 9th in this category, and it is all about how efficient he is at turning his scoring opportunities into points. This stat takes into account field goals, three-pointers, and free throws, and Towns is knocking it out of the park. His ability to score efficiently from all over the floor is one of the reasons why he is so tough to defend. When it comes to rebounding, Towns is in a league of his own. He is ranked first in both defensive rebound percentage and total rebound percentage. Defensive rebound percentage measures how often a player grabs defensive rebounds when he is on the court, and Towns leads the entire league. That means he is absolutely dominating the glass on defense, which is huge for stopping opponents from getting second chance points. Total rebound percentage is just as impressive, showing that he is consistently one of the best rebounders on both ends of the floor. Being the best in these categories is not just impressive, it is game-changing. Offensive win shares is another area where Towns shines, coming in at 4th. This stat measures how much a player contributes to their team's success through scoring and offensive efficiency. Towns is one of the top players in the league at turning his offensive skills into wins for his team. It is not just about putting up points, it is about doing it in a way that directly helps the team succeed. Defensively, Towns is no slouch either. He ranks 8th in defensive win shares, showing how much his defensive presence helps the Knicks win games. Whether it is grabbing rebounds, contesting shots, or just being a solid presence in the paint, Towns is making a huge impact on defense. This balance between offense and defense is what makes him so valuable. When you combine everything, you get win shares, which measures a player's overall contribution to their team's success. Towns is ranked 3rd in the league in this category, which is incredible. It means he is one of the most impactful players in the entire NBA when it comes to helping his team win. Win shares is a tough stat to dominate because it requires excellence in so many different areas, and Towns is doing just that. Offensive box plus minus, or OBPM, is another advanced stat where Towns stands out. Ranking 8th, OBPM measures how much better a team's offense is with a player on the court compared to when they are off. Towns' ranking shows just how much he elevates the Knicks' offense whenever he is in the game. His ability to stretch the floor, pass out of double teams, and score efficiently makes him a huge asset on the offensive end. Box plus minus, or BPM, is a broader stat that takes both offense and defense into account. Towns is ranked 14th in this category, which is still impressive given how competitive the league is. BPM highlights how well-rounded Towns is, contributing on both ends of the court and making a significant impact in every game. Value over replacement player, or VORP, is another category where Towns is making waves, ranking 9th. VORP measures how much more valuable a player is compared to a replacement level player, and Towns is once again among the league's elite. This stat emphasizes just how irreplaceable Towns is for the Knicks and why he has been such a key part of their success this season. What stands out about all these advanced stats is how consistent Towns has been across the board. It is not just one area where he excels, it is everything. From scoring efficiently and dominating the boards to contributing on both offense and defense, Towns is the complete package. His advanced stats paint a picture of a player who is not just good, but one of the best in the league right now. It is also worth noting how rare it is to see a big man ranked so highly in categories like OBPM and true shooting percentage. Towns is redefining what it means to be a modern big man, combining traditional skills like rebounding and interior defense with elite shooting and offensive versatility. He is the kind of player who forces opposing teams to change their entire game plan, and that is reflected in the stats. What makes Towns' season even more special is how well these advanced stats translate to team success. The Knicks have been one of the league's most improved teams this year, and Towns is a huge reason why. His ability to impact the game in so many ways has given them an edge they have not had in years. Whether it is grabbing a crucial rebound, knocking down a three-pointer, or locking down the paint on defense, Towns is doing it all. It is clear from these numbers that Towns is having one of the best seasons of his career. Advanced stats like PER, win shares, and VORP are not just numbers. They are a reflection of how much he means to this team. He is not just putting up empty stats, he is contributing in ways that lead directly to wins. That is what separates great players from the truly elite, and Towns has shown he belongs in that elite category. In a league filled with superstars, Towns is proving that he can hold his own with the best of them. His advanced stats are not just good, they are among the best in the league. And when you consider the balance he brings to the court, it is clear that Towns is having a season to remember. The Knicks are lucky to have him, and it is going to be exciting to see how he continues to dominate as the season goes on. But the deeper you dive into his advanced stats, the crazier it gets. Let's start with his shooting. Karl-Anthony Towns' shooting stats this season are just unreal. His scoring efficiency is through the roof, and the numbers back it up in a big way. Let's break it all down, because this season, Towns is shooting like one of the best in the league. First, his points per game. Towns is averaging almost 25 points per game, putting him ahead of 97% of players in the league. That's not just good, it's elite. Scoring at this level consistently makes him a constant threat, and defenses are struggling to contain him. But what makes his scoring even more impressive is how efficiently he's doing it. Now let's talk about his effective field goal percentage. Towns is sitting at an incredible 61.5%, ranking higher than 86% of all players. Effective field goal percentage accounts for the added value of three-pointers, and Towns is cashing in big time. This number tells us that he's not just taking shots, he's making the right shots and converting them at an elite rate. When you look at his points per field goal attempt, Towns is averaging 1.2 points per shot. That's incredibly efficient and speaks to his ability to find high percentage opportunities. Whether it's knocking down two-pointers or splashing threes, Towns knows how to make every possession count. On average, he's making 6.7 two-pointers and 2.2 three-pointers per game, taking a total of 16.3 shots. Those are well-distributed numbers, showing that he's a versatile scorer who can hurt defenses in multiple ways. True shooting percentage is where Towns really shines. He's putting up an eye-popping 66.3%, which ranks him ahead of 91% of players. True shooting percentage takes into account field goals, three-pointers, and free throws, giving a complete picture of a player's scoring efficiency. For Towns, this means he's not just a volume scorer, he's an incredibly efficient one. He's getting 1.3 points per scoring attempt, which is absolutely phenomenal. That kind of efficiency is what separates great scorers from the truly elite. A big part of Towns' shooting efficiency comes from his ability to mix his shots effectively. With 16.3 total shot attempts per game, he's balancing his scoring between inside and outside opportunities. The breakdown of 6.7 two-point makes and 2.2 three-point makes shows that he's equally comfortable scoring in the paint or from beyond the arc. That versatility makes him almost impossible to defend. Another crucial piece of the puzzle is his free throw shooting. Towns is attempting 5.9 free throws per game, which adds another layer to his scoring. Being able to draw fouls and convert at the line not only boosts his efficiency, but also puts extra pressure on opposing defenses. His ability to stay aggressive and capitalize on these opportunities is a big reason why his scoring numbers are so impressive. These shooting stats highlight just how dominant Towns has been this season. He's not just putting up big numbers, he's doing it in a way that's incredibly efficient and impactful. His effective field goal percentage and true shooting percentage are both elite, and those numbers are driving his success. When you combine that with his high points per game, it's clear that Towns is having a career-defining season in terms of shooting. What's really exciting about these stats is how consistent Towns has been. Maintaining efficiency like this over the course of a season isn't easy, especially when defenses are constantly adjusting to slow him down. But Towns has found a way to stay effective, whether it's through his shot selection, his ability to draw fouls, or his versatility as a scorer. The way Towns has balanced volume and efficiency this season is remarkable, scoring almost 25 points per game, while ranking so highly in true shooting percentage and effective field goal percentage isn't something you see often. It's a testament to how well he's reading defenses and making smart decisions with the ball. This season, Towns is proving that he's one of the best shooting big men in the league. His ability to stretch the floor with his shooting while still being a dominant presence inside makes him an incredibly valuable asset. And the numbers back it up. He's outshooting and outscoring most players in the league, and he's doing it with remarkable efficiency. It's been an incredible season for Towns, and these shooting stats are just another example of why he's been so impactful for the Knicks. But his teamwork stats are even crazier. Karl Anthony Towns' teamwork stats this season are nothing short of jaw-dropping. His ability to elevate the Knicks as a cohesive unit is on full display in the numbers, and it's clear why he's been such a pivotal part of their success. Let's start with his mixed teamwork rating, which ranks him better than 98% of players. This stat shows how much Towns contributes to his team's overall success, and being in the top 2% of the league is incredible. It highlights his ability to make those around him better, a quality every team dreams of in a player. Now, let's dive into his offensive and defensive rating. Towns boasts an offensive rating of 122.4, meaning the Knicks score at an elite level whenever he's on the floor. That's a huge boost to their overall effectiveness, as his presence directly drives their offensive success. On the defensive end, he's holding a rating of 112.3, which is solid for a player who also shoulders such a heavy offensive workload. Together, these numbers give him a net rating of plus 10.1, proving that his impact swings the game in the Knicks' favor by a significant margin. One of the most telling stats is his positive plus-minus percentage. Towns has a positive plus-minus in 71.9% of games, which is phenomenal. This means that in nearly 3/4 of the games he plays, the Knicks are outscoring their opponents while he's on the court. That's not just consistency, it's domination. It reflects how his presence changes the dynamics of the game, whether through his scoring, rebounding, or defensive efforts. His on-off stat is another standout. When Towns is on the court, the Knicks' points difference compared to when he's off is plus 6.1. This number might seem simple, but it's incredibly telling. It means that Towns is directly responsible for a significant swing in the team's overall performance. When he's playing, the Knicks are far more efficient, productive, and effective as a unit. The advanced stats paint a clear picture of just how vital Towns has been to the Knicks' success this season. His ability to create a positive margin for the team in almost every statistical category is a testament to his leadership and unselfish style of play. The MTW rating is particularly impressive because it encapsulates his all-around impact. It's not just about scoring, or rebounding. It's about doing whatever is needed to help the team win. His offensive rating of 122.4 is especially eye-popping. To maintain that level of efficiency over the course of the season is a rare feat. It shows that he's not only creating opportunities for himself, but also setting the stage for his teammates to thrive. Whether it's through smart passes, setting solid screens, or spacing the floor with his shooting, Towns is a critical piece of the Knicks' offensive puzzle. Defensively, his impact is just as important. With a defensive rating of 112.3, Towns is holding his own against some of the toughest matchups in the league. He's contributing to a defense that benefits significantly from his ability to contest shots, grab rebounds, and disrupt plays. His balanced contribution on both ends of the court is what makes him such a unique and valuable player. The net rating of plus 10.1 is the cherry on top. A double-digit positive net rating is a rare and impressive achievement, reflecting just how much of a difference Towns makes whenever he's on the court. It's not just about raw talent, it's about his ability to elevate the entire team's performance. That's what separates great players from game changers, and Towns is undoubtedly the latter. His positive plus-minus percentage of 71.9 is another stat that jumps off the page. It's a clear indicator of consistency and reliability. When Towns is playing, the Knicks are more likely than not to outscore their opponents. That kind of steady impact is invaluable, especially in close games where every possession matters. The on-off stat of plus 6.1 adds another layer to his impressive resume. It shows that the Knicks are significantly better when Towns is on the floor, reinforcing his importance to the team's overall strategy. His presence isn't just noticeable, it's game-changing. The team thrives when he's out there, and the stats make that undeniable. What makes these numbers even more remarkable is the balance they show. Towns isn't just excelling in one area, he's contributing across the board, whether it's boosting the offense, anchoring the defense, or simply making those around him better. His teamwork, stats capture it all. It's a level of versatility and impact that very few players in the league can match. Towns has proven that he's not just a star player, he's a team-first player. His ability to create positive margins for the Knicks in almost every advanced stat category is a testament to his basketball IQ, work ethic, and unselfish approach to the game. When you look at the numbers, it's clear that Towns isn't just good. He's been one of the best at making his team better, and that's what makes him such a special player to watch. And we don't usually think of Cat for his defense, but that's been solid too. Karl Anthony Towns' teamwork stats on defense this season are a massive reason the Knicks have been able to hold their own against tough competition. His impact goes far beyond just individual numbers. His presence transforms the team's defense into a much tougher unit. Let's dive into the numbers that show just how important he's been. First, there's his mixed team defense, or MTD, which ranks him better than 90% of players in the league. This stat captures how much Towns impacts team defense by preventing opponents from scoring, both as an individual defender and within the overall scheme. Being in the top 10% of the league is no small feat. It shows that Towns isn't just holding his ground, he's actively elevating the entire defense. Now let's talk about his defensive rebounds. Towns averages an incredible 10.8 defensive rebounds per game. That's a staggering number, and it speaks to his ability to clean up missed shots and end possessions for the other team. Defensive rebounding is crucial for limiting second chance points, and Towns' dominance in this area gives the Knicks a huge advantage. When the ball comes off the rim, he's almost always there to grab it, shutting down any hope for the opponents to extend their possession. His blocks and steals add another layer to his defensive contributions. Towns is averaging 0.9 blocks and 0.8 steals per game. While those numbers might not leap off the page, they're a testament to his versatility. He's not just focused on one aspect of defense, he's doing a little bit of everything to disrupt the opposing offense. Whether it's contesting shots at the rim or getting his hands in passing lanes, Towns is constantly making plays that force opponents to adjust. Then there's the team defensive efficiency, which stands at 112.3 when Towns is on the floor. This stat measures how many points the team allows per 100 possessions, and a lower number is better. Towns' presence clearly makes a difference, as he's helping the Knicks stay competitive on the defensive end. His ability to anchor the defense and communicate with his teammates ensures that everyone is in the right position, making it much harder for opponents to find easy scoring opportunities. What really stands out about Towns is how his individual efforts fit seamlessly into the team's defensive system. His ability to grab defensive rebounds and protect the rim is vital, but it's his understanding of positioning and rotations that sets him apart. He's not just reacting to what's happening, he's anticipating it, staying one step ahead of the offense. The mixed team defense stat is particularly impressive because it highlights Towns' impact, both as an individual and as part of the larger defensive scheme. He's preventing scoring opportunities on his own while also helping his teammates be more effective. That's a rare combination, and it's what makes Towns such a valuable piece for the Knicks. Another important factor is how consistent he's been. Night after night, Towns is putting up these numbers and making his presence felt on the defensive end. Defense isn't always about flashy stats. It's about doing the little things that add up to big results. Towns understands that, and his contributions show up in the team's overall performance. When you look at his defensive rebounds, blocks, steals, and team efficiency numbers together, it paints a picture of a player who's fully committed to making his team better. Towns doesn't take possessions off. He's always working to put his team in the best position to succeed. His ability to rebound, contest shots, and disrupt plays is exactly what you want in a defensive anchor. Towns is proving that he's not just an offensive powerhouse, he's a complete player who makes a massive impact on both ends of the floor. His teamwork, stats on defense highlight his ability to adapt to his role and contribute in ways that don't always show up in traditional box scores. It's the combination of effort, intelligence, and versatility that makes Towns such an incredible defender. But the thing a lot of us know him for, his rebounding. Karl-Anthony Towns has been absolutely phenomenal on the boards this season. His rebounding advanced stats are nothing short of incredible, and they paint the picture of a player who dominates every aspect of the game when it comes to securing the ball. Let's start with the basics. Towns is averaging 13.7 rebounds per game. That puts him ahead of 99% of all players in the league. This isn't just impressive, it's elite. Rebounding is such a critical part of the game because it determines possession, and Towns is one of the best at ensuring his team gets those extra chances. His ability to control the glass makes him an invaluable asset for the Knicks. Breaking it down further, Towns is averaging 10.8 defensive rebounds per game. This means that on missed shots, he's almost always the one securing the ball and ending the opponent's possession. Defensive rebounding is all about timing, positioning, and awareness, and Towns excels in every single one of those areas. With a defensive rebound percentage of 30.87, he's grabbing nearly 1/3 of all available defensive rebounds while he's on the floor. That's just mind-blowing. It's no wonder he's ranked in the top 1% of all players in this category. On the offensive end, Towns is just as impactful. He's pulling down 2.9 offensive rebounds per game, which is no easy feat. Offensive rebounding requires toughness, persistence, and a nose for the ball, and Towns brings all of that every night. His offensive rebound percentage sits at 8.88, ranking him higher than 86% of players in the league. That means he's not only getting his team extra possessions, but doing it at a rate that most players can't even come close to matching. When you combine both ends of the floor, Towns' total rebound percentage is through the roof. He's dominating the boards in a way that very few players can, and it's a huge part of what makes him so effective. Rebounding isn't just about raw numbers, it's about timing and consistency, and Towns has both of those in spades. What's even more impressive is how balanced his rebounding is between offense and defense. On the defensive end, he's shutting down second chance opportunities for the other team. On offense, he's creating extra possessions for the Knicks, which often lead to crucial points. That kind of versatility is rare, and it shows just how complete a player Towns is. Towns' rebounding numbers also highlight his incredible work ethic. Grabbing nearly 11 defensive rebounds and 3 offensive rebounds per game doesn't happen by accident. It takes focus and effort on every single possession. He's not just standing around waiting for the ball to come to him. He's actively seeking it out, fighting for position, and making sure he's in the right spot to grab it. Another key factor is his awareness and court vision. Towns always seems to know where the ball is going to bounce, and he positions himself perfectly to get there first. That kind of anticipation can't be taught. It's a natural ability that sets him apart from other players. The numbers don't just show dominance, they show consistency. Towns is doing this every single game against every type of opponent. Whether he's facing other elite rebounders or smaller lineups, he's finding a way to impose his will on the glass. That kind of reliability is huge for the Knicks, especially in tight games where every possession matters. Defensive rebounding is often overlooked, but it's one of the most important parts of the game. By grabbing nearly 1/3 of all available defensive rebounds, Towns is ensuring that the Knicks limit the other team's opportunities. That's a big deal because it means fewer second chance points for opponents and more chances for the Knicks to get back on offense. On the offensive side, those extra possessions Towns creates are game changers. Offensive rebounds don't just give the Knicks more chances to score, they shift momentum. When Towns grabs an offensive rebound, it energizes the team and often leads to crucial points. It's a small part of the game that has a massive impact, and Towns excels at it. Rebounding is also a testament to physicality, and Towns has that in spades. He's battling against some of the biggest and strongest players in the league, and he's coming out on top more often than not. That physical dominance is a big reason why his rebounding numbers are so impressive. What really sets Towns apart is how his rebounding fits into the bigger picture. It's not just about grabbing the ball, it's about what happens next. His ability to secure rebounds and quickly transition the team into offense makes him a key part of the Knicks' game plan. He's not just ending possessions for the other team, he's starting new ones for the Knicks. Towns has proven that he's one of the best rebounders in the league, if not the best. His advanced stats don't just show that he's good, they show that he's dominating in a way that very few players can. Rebounding is one of the most fundamental parts of the game, and Towns has mastered it. It's been incredible to watch, and the numbers back up just how special his season has been. And his usage stats are crazy too. Karl Anthony Towns' usage stats this season showcase just how integral he's been to the Knicks offense. His usage percentage, sitting at 27.3, puts him ahead of 89% of players in the league. This means that nearly 1/3 of all offensive plays, while he's on the floor, end with him either shooting, passing, or turning the ball over. That kind of responsibility highlights his role as a centerpiece for the team, and the numbers show he's handling it exceptionally well. Breaking it down further, Towns is attempting 16.3 field goals per game and averaging 5.9 free throw attempts. These numbers are significant because they show just how involved he is in the offense. Every possession he's on the court is an opportunity for him to create a scoring chance, whether by taking a shot himself or drawing fouls to get to the line. His ability to stay aggressive and make things happen is a huge reason why his usage percentage is so high. But it's not just about scoring. Towns' playmaking is another vital part of his game. He's dishing out 3.3 assists per game, which might not seem like a lot compared to guards, but for a big man, it's excellent. It shows that he's not just looking to score, he's actively creating opportunities for his teammates. That's the kind of unselfish play that keeps an offense flowing and makes everyone around him better. Then there's the turnover aspect. Towns averages 2.6 turnovers per game, which is relatively low, considering how much he has the ball in his hands. When you compare this to his overall usage percentage, it's clear that he's making smart decisions more often than not. Managing turnovers is critical for a high usage player, and Towns has done a solid job of keeping mistakes to a minimum while staying aggressive. His possessions played per game are another eye-opener. At 70.2 possessions per game, Towns is heavily involved in everything the Knicks do offensively. That's a lot of responsibility, and he's been thriving under the pressure. It's not just about taking shots or making plays, it's about being the focal point of the offense and setting the tone for the team. Towns has embraced that role and delivered consistently. One of the most impressive things about Towns' usage stats is how balanced they are. He's not just dominating one area of the offense, he's contributing across the board, whether it's shooting, passing, or drawing fouls. He's finding ways to impact the game in multiple ways. That versatility makes him a nightmare for defenses because they can't just focus on stopping one aspect of his game. Another thing that stands out is his efficiency within this high usage role. A lot of players see their efficiency drop when their usage increases, but Towns has maintained excellent numbers. His ability to stay effective despite being the focal point of the offense is a testament to his skill and basketball IQ. It's not easy to carry that kind of load and still perform at such a high level, but Towns makes it look almost effortless. Towns' role as a high usage player also speaks to the trust his teammates and coaches have in him. Being the go-to guy on offense means a lot of pressure, but it also means that everyone around him believes in his ability to deliver. That kind of confidence is earned through consistent performance, and Towns has shown time and again that he's up to the task. The balance between his field goal attempts, free throws, assists, and turnovers is what makes his usage percentage so impactful. It's not just about volume, it's about making the most of every possession. Towns understands when to take over, when to involve his teammates, and when to draw fouls to put points on the board. That kind of decision making is invaluable for any team, and it's a big reason why Towns has been so effective this season. His ability to manage a high usage role while still being efficient is something that sets him apart from other players. A lot of players can handle a high volume of possessions, but not many can do it while maintaining the level of consistency and impact that Towns has shown. It's a rare combination of skill, intelligence, and composure that makes him one of the league's best in this category. What's really exciting about Towns' usage stats is how they reflect his versatility. He's not just a scorer or a playmaker, he's both, and he does it at a high level. That ability to contribute in multiple ways is what makes him such a valuable player for the Knicks. He's not just filling one role, he's filling several, and he's doing it better than most players in the league. Towns' high usage also highlights his stamina and endurance. Being involved in so many possessions takes a toll, but he's shown that he can handle it night in and night out. That level of consistency is what separates great players from good ones, and Towns has proven that he belongs in the former category. Towns has shown that he's more than capable of being the engine of the Knicks offense. His usage percentage, combined with his balanced contributions and efficiency, paints a picture of a player who's doing it all, whether it's scoring, passing, or drawing fouls. Towns is finding ways to make a difference every time he's on the court. His usage stats are just another example of why he's been so critical to the Knicks' success this season. Overall, though, Karl Anthony Towns has been an absolute force for the Knicks this season, making an impact across every aspect of the game. From controlling the boards to scoring efficiently, elevating team play, and shouldering a significant offensive load, he's proven himself as one of the most valuable players on the court. His versatility and consistency have been key to the Knicks' success, especially rebounding. Towns has dominated on the glass, consistently ranking among the league's best. Whether it's shutting down second-chance opportunities on defense or creating extra possessions on offense, his presence on the boards is unmatched. He's a master of positioning and timing, making rebounding look effortless while keeping his team in control. When it comes to scoring, Towns has been incredibly efficient. He's been a reliable threat from all areas of the court, whether he's hitting shots from deep, scoring in the paint, or converting opportunities at the line. His ability to mix his scoring methods keeps defenses on edge, and he's been a major offensive weapon for the Knicks. Teamwork has been another standout part of his game. Towns has a way of making those around him better, contributing in ways that go beyond individual stats. Whether it's setting up teammates with smart passes, grabbing crucial rebounds, or locking down the paint on defense, his all-around play has been pivotal for the Knicks system. Defensively, Towns has been a steady presence. He's a disruptor, consistently challenging shots and grabbing rebounds to limit opponents' chances. His ability to anticipate plays and position himself effectively has helped anchor the team's defense, making him a key part of their success on that end of the floor. Towns has also taken on a significant offensive workload, often serving as the focal point of the Knicks' attack. He's balanced his responsibilities as a scorer and a playmaker while maintaining strong decision-making. His ability to handle this role with efficiency and poise is a testament to his basketball IQ and work ethic. In every area of the game, Towns has shown why he's one of the league's most well-rounded players. His rebounding, scoring, defense, and teamwork all come together to make him an indispensable part of the Knicks' success. He's not just putting up numbers, he's influencing the game in ways that elevate the entire team. Towns' season has been nothing short of remarkable, and his impact will undoubtedly leave a lasting mark. If you guys enjoyed this, I'll be posting every day during this season. I genuinely appreciate if you could subscribe. Thanks for watching.